Okay guys, I'm Jeff. We're back at the St Ives Cookery School. Today we're going to do grilled asparagus with some olive oil and then some homemade ricotta. Okay, so let's gently warm up our milk. We want to get it just below simmer, really. Add your vinegar and then slowly start bringing that together. And straight away, see that as totally split. So turn that off. Now take out your curds and put it into your colander. I've lined mine with a J cloth just to catch as much of that cheese as possible and let that sit for a couple of hours just to drain off all the excess moisture. So let's take out the cheese now. So there's a little bit of a rest, which is quite nice. Obviously, depending on how firm you want your cheese, leave it in there a little bit longer. A little bit of salt. Some lemon zest. Be brave with these flavours. You can go quite big. Okay, let's chop up some herbs now. We're going to use some chervil, some tarragon, a bit of parsley, and some chives, just to give it a nice, real good balance of flavour in there. There we go. So add some of these herbs to the fresh cheese. You want it quite punchy, so go quite strong on it. Making your own cheese or your own ricotta at home, it is quite simple. Oh, it's starting to smell amazing. And then we're going to bring in a little bit more fresh milk and just mix that into the ricotta just to loosen it slightly to the consistency you want. Nice and creamy. Okay, cool. Let that sit on the side and get ready to cook some asparagus. We're just going to break off the end bits, the woody bits that aren't really that pleasurable to eat. Now take off your leaves. And just to make it look real neat, I'm just going to cut the asparagus all so they're nice and exactly the same length. Have that ready to cook as well. Heat up a pan to a nice medium heat. Add your olive oil. And then with your asparagus. And then start to grill your asparagus so you get a nice bit of colour on both sides. Now, unfortunately, as you cook purple asparagus or even purple sprouting broccoli, it will lose its purple colour. If I turn this over, you'll see that it's starting to go green. So don't worry too much about that. After a few minutes, add your lemon juice, which will give it a nice little bit of steaming as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the thickest one and put my knife through the bottom. It goes in nice and easy. We're cooked. Of which we are. And then take it off the heat and let it rest in the pan. And that lemon juice was just start to glaze over the top, which is quite nice. This is a great little dish because of the simplicity of it. I mean, my style of food in restaurants has always been quite simple, which is actually quite tough in the restaurant industry because you've got really nowhere to hide. If you're serving someone a bit of cheese and some asparagus, you have to make sure you've cooked them perfectly and sourced it really well so all the flavours come through really naturally. And that's what's special about this dish. Like if you're cooking it at home with something like some nice lamb or as part of a vegetarian menu or just a nice little breakfast, a little poached egg on there is quite nice as well. But for me, if I'm having asparagus, I like it with just a little bit of parmesan or with some fresh ricotta. Season-wise now, we're bang in asparagus season. It's been for a little bit now. Going into probably around mid-June, we're going to get some great stuff. And in the UK especially, like we lead the field on this.